I'd like to begin by thanking so many New Yorkers who believed in me and believed in our campaign. I'm grateful for your encouragement, for your prayers, and most of all, for your commitment to making New York City a city of opportunity. I also let me thank my wife, definitely Elsie, my family, my family, my friends, so many elected officials, some of whom are here today, some of whom are not, many of our union leaders and our very distinguished union leaders who are working and represent New York's working men and women each and every day, and I know Mike Mulgrew's here, and so many others are also. My financial supporters, headed up by the chair of my campaign, Merrill Tisch, and so many others who have been supportive of this campaign. I'm proud, very proud of my campaign and my campaign staff also. Let me say great things about them. Despite the circus, we kept our eyes and hearts and minds focused on the things that really matter. Improving our schools, ending racial profiling, keeping people safe, creating affordable housing, fixing the disgrace of the New York City Housing Authority, creating good jobs, and ensuring that all New Yorkers in every neighborhood have the same chance to build a great life. Today, almost a week after the primary, we still don't know the outcome of the election. We don't know if there should be a runoff or if there shouldn't be a runoff. We don't know how many votes I got or even how many votes were cast. And we're not talking about a few voters here and there. We're talking about tens of thousands of votes. That's a disgrace. And anybody in this city who cares about democracy and the ability of our people to express their will through the voting booth ought to be outraged. Yes. In the greatest city in the world, in the greatest democracy on earth, we ought to be able to count all the votes. But the reality is, right now the votes have not been counted. And it's by no means clear when they will be counted. For all we know, given the Board of Elections, they may not finish counting the paper ballots until the runoff, or until after it's over, or until a few days before. Under those circumstances, it is impossible to even campaign, let alone offer a meaningful choice to Democratic voters. It would be a disservice to my supporters, a disservice to Democrats, and most of all, a disservice to the people of New York City who are desperate for new direction after 12 long years. Now let me be crystal clear. Every single vote should and must be counted. Every vote. And if this were a general election with consequences about the fundamental direction of our city, you can bet I'd fight until the very last vote. But Bill de Blasio and I want to move our city forward in the same direction. We share the fundamental same views and values. This is bigger than either one of us. And the best way to guarantee that we improve our schools, save our hospitals, create good jobs, protect our people and their rights is to come together. And we also agree that this electoral process has to be improved. We can't have what happened to me as a candidate happen to any other candidate for any other city office in the future. There has to be some fundamental reform. The best way to return fairness and decency, justice and dignity, hope and equality to every neighborhood in New York is to return a progressive to City Hall who will make New York a city of opportunity once again. Today, I'm proud to stand next to a great New Yorker and throw my full support behind him. And I ask every single person who campaigned for me, supported me, and voted for me to do the same thing. We must make this city work for all New Yorkers again, where every child goes to a great school, where our police protect our people's safety and constitutional rights at the same time, where every voice is heard, And yes, every vote counted. That's the city we believe in. That's our city of opportunity. That's the New York we love. And the path to getting there begins with Bill de Blasio walking through these doors as the next mayor of the city of New York. I am proud to stand here today and support Bill de Blasio to be the next mayor of the city of New York.
This is a gathering of friends, people who have worked together for years in common cause. I want to say to everyone assembled, there is nothing more beautiful than democratic unity, and thank you for it. I want to thank everyone who's here, so many great leaders, so many great friends. I noticed the presence of some real heroes, the people who teach our children every day. I want to thank the teachers. I want to thank Michael Mulgrew for being here. And so many others. I want to first speak about Bill Thompson. For years, I've had the honor of working with Bill. And in this city, in this party, there's no man of greater integrity. A man who has given his life to public service, to the betterment of all of us. And he has always done it in a way that's embracing, that shows tremendous respect for people, and that's part of why we all feel such respect for him. And throughout this campaign, even when we disagreed, our friendship, our mutual respect continued. Bill raised very important issues throughout this campaign on the need to make changes in this city. And one thing we all agree with as Democrats is part of the core of who we are. We don't believe in allowing a tale of two cities. As Democrats, it is our urgent imperative to create equality, to make sure everyone has a piece of the American dream, everyone has a piece of the dream that is New York. So I am profoundly honored, I'm profoundly humbled to receive the support of Bill Thompson and his extraordinary coalition. And Bill did build an extraordinary coalition because people had such great respect for him and his years of service. And it means so much that we will be working in partnership for the good of New York City. Let's once again thank Bill Thompson. Let me emphasize, it will be my honor, if the people choose me, it will be my honor to turn to Bill regularly for advice, for counsel, for leadership, as we work to make this city a better place. Now, throughout this election, but long before, all of us as Democrats have turned for leadership, for guidance, to a man who really understands, I have to say, better than anyone in this state, how to make things work for the average New Yorker, how to make government a tool of progress. You know, I had the honor for a few years of working for a man I used to know as Assistant Secretary Cuomo. Then he got an upgrade to Secretary Cuomo. Then he got a real upgrade to Governor Cuomo. The governor has had a profound impact on my life. I hope I learned over the years how to be an effective public servant, how to follow through on my ideals. And if I did, a lot of that is because of what I learned working at the side of Andrew Cuomo. And what he has done for this state is nothing short of miraculous. I also want to thank him for the extraordinary leadership he has brought in making sure this Democratic Party is unified going forward for the good of all New Yorkers. So it is my great pleasure, and I say this with both appreciation and humility, my great pleasure, my great honor to introduce the Governor of the State of New York, Andrew Cuomo.
Thank you very much, and good morning to everyone.
Morning.
Well, New York City certainly loves its primary campaigns, doesn't it? We had some doozies this year, but at the end of the day, the voters acted, and they acted smartly. First, I want to congratulate a man who's on his way to being the next controller of the city of New York after being outspent 2-1. 2-1. Scott Stringer is going to be the controller. We all have different ideas about how to achieve our goals. And that's why we have primaries, because people have different skill sets, people have different ideas about how to achieve the democratic goals. But as Democrats, we also have a shared vision of what those goals are. And what Bill Thompson is saying today is he's going to put aside his own personal ambition, his own personal hopes, his own personal ideas in honor and in respect of that shared vision. And we applaud him and we congratulate him for that. It can be much harder to step back than to step forward. And it takes a man of substance, it takes a man who really believes in public service and believes in the principles of the Democratic Party to actually do it. And that's what Bill Thompson is doing today. If you've studied Bill, we shouldn't be surprised, because this is what Bill Thompson has done for the people of this city all his life. An extraordinary public servant, an extraordinary citizen. He has a proud past of service, and he has whatever future that he wants. Let's once again applaud his integrity and his courage and his service. Bill Thompson. Now to Mr. Bill de Blasio, we applaud him on his achievements and his success. Bill and I go way, way back. I don't want to tell you how many years, but we started as young guys, many wrinkles and many gray hairs ago. And we've shared the good times and we've shared the bad times. As you heard from Bill, we worked together in the Clinton administration when the Republicans were trying to eliminate the Department of Housing and Urban Development. Why? Because they believed the department was mission impossible. You can't provide affordable housing. And they believe that you can't help struggling cities, and that you can't help the homeless, and that you can't empower people. And we said they were wrong. And we fought and we saved the department, and the department has gone on to do great things. They were wrong, we were right, and we won. And Bill is going to lead this city in the great progressive democratic traditions that made this the greatest city on the planet, the city of New York. The democratic traditions that say public education is paramount.
Yeah.
Why? Because public education is the ladder of opportunity that this country offers people who come here. And we demand that we have the best public education system in the country with the highest standards of performance, because our children are not taking second best to any children on this planet. We believe in affordable housing, and we believe in safe, clean, decent public housing that is a contribution to society and not an embarrassment. We believe that all citizens have rights, and all citizens have the right to be safe. And that's why we insist on sensible gun laws that keep guns out of the hands of criminals and people who are mentally ill. We believe that a strong economy is the engine that pulls the train, and that's why this city is the center of business and finance worldwide, and it's going to stay that way. We're the capital of commerce, and we are also the capital of diversity. And this city sends a clear message to the rest of the country that says we are not afraid of differences among us, that we don't turn differences away. We welcome differences. While other places are putting up walls and fences to keep people out, we open our arms and we invite people in. That is the progressive tradition of the city of New York. We are people of different religions and different races. We are black, we are white, we are brown, we are Christian, we are Jewish, we are Muslim, but we celebrate those differences. We are gay and straight, and we celebrate those differences because we are all New Yorkers. We are all together. We are one. And that is this city's great strength and great potential, because that diversity is the greatest source of strength that made us the greatest city on the planet, and it's going to make us an even greater city under the leadership of Mayor Bill de Blasio. It is my honor to support him. It is my honor to celebrate unity. I believe the best days in New York City are ahead, and today we take the first step. Congratulations, Bill de Blasio.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today. That's the end of our